Hi guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Mika and here on my channel I do fragrance reviews. I love fragrances. I remember falling in love with fragrances when I was just a little girl and stealing a spray or two from my sister or my mom's perfume. And as you know, fragrance can do so many things for you, and to me it is pure therapy. I've been on this olfactory journey for a while, and I remember my first bottle. I remember when I splurged on my first niche, and that is why it has just been so hard for me to do this video today. But a lovely subscriber asked me to, and I thought, you know what, let me do it. And what I'm talking about is my top 10 for life. I've never done this topic, and I think I know why. This was hard. I don't want to say that it was the hardest thing I've ever done in life, but guys, it was close. It's like asking a parent to choose their favorite child. I have so many loves, and as you know, I've told you I've curated my collection where I don't have any more likes. I've gotten rid of the likes. I have given those to a new home, and my collection is nothing but loves. So if you can relate, let me know in the chat. Picking top 10 for life as if I have no other favorites was just so challenging. But I did it. And I'm so proud of myself. So without further ado, let's jump in. Guys, I never thought that some of my favorites would never be on this list, and I don't want to ever say never because this list might change next month, next year. But I had a fun time doing this list for you. I'm so sad that some of my favorites didn't make this list. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that Ganymede is my, oh my gosh. I love Ganymede. As a matter of fact, I've been debating whether to include it in this list or not. So it's like sitting on the side. Oh. But my favorites like Ganymede and Mon Guerlain and so many other favorites are not on here, but I did not want to cheat, and I did pick 10. So I want to share with you my scent of the day, and this fragrance would have made this list, and that's why I chose it as my scent of the day, because I felt like it's next best thing, right? So first and foremost, I want to apologize if I mispronounce this name. I've never said that I am a connoisseur of any type of other language other than English. And sometimes I don't even think I master that. So give me some grace and I'll do my best to pronounce it. But as always, you know the description of the fragrances are going to be listed. But this one here that is my scent of the day and clearly could have been on this list, and I have fallen in love with this house. I've been sharing my journey with the house of Ella K with you, but this fragrance that I fell in love with was like my third Ella K fragrance. Reflet sur l'Avant-Goût. This is by Ella K, and this has this gorgeous honey and acacia note. This is my first time really like enjoying and experiencing the acacia flower, and this is gorgeous. It's feminine, it's beautiful, and that honey just melts into your skin. But that acacia flower in here, it is so pretty. So that is my scent of the day. Clearly could have been on my top 10. So this list is not in any particular order. Top 10 for life. So if you've been watching my channel, you know that I love tuberose. I love the flower. I love any fragrance that has tuberose in it. I think there is not a tuberose fragrance that I don't like. I don't discriminate against a tuberose fragrance. This is Rouge Malachite by Armani Prive. And this was my first Armani Prive fragrance. And it was love at first sniff. It has tuberose, jasmine, ylang ylang. I smell that gorgeous orange blossom, amber. This is just a creamy white floral. That youthful bubblegumish tuberose, then you would like this. Again, that is Rouge Malachite by Armani Prive. I think that Chanel was my very first fragrance that I thought I was big ballin', had saved up, and I wanted a Chanel fragrance. I had already had the number 5 and the Coco Mademoiselle and Coco Noir, but I wanted a fragrance from the exclusive line, and this was my very first fragrance from the exclusive line, and that is Beige by Chanel. This fragrance also has that honey accord. It's the tropical, sweet, floral, and this to me is Chanel's take on a tropical fragrance. I love wearing this in the summer, especially when I go on holiday. It's a sensual fragrance. It has freesia, frangipani, those white florals. It's so feminine and elegant. When I got this fragrance didn't last very long. And because I love this fragrance so much, I went and I got the actual oil. I put the oil here and here after spraying myself down with the fragrance. And I just find that the oil just helped the fragrance at that time. Now that it has aged, I now can get at least 6 to 8 hours from this fragrance. I believe that this fragrance has definitely matured and macerated, and technically I don't need the oil anymore, but this was my very first Chanel exclusive fragrance, and that is Beige. And this will always be a love for me. This next one is new on the scene, and I think that it probably trumped out Ganymede or Montguerlain, but this was also a love at first sniff and my very first Celine fragrance. I fell in love with this fragrance because it's so carefree, it's so beautiful, it's feminine. I love oak moss in a fragrance, but most of all when I see vetiver in a fragrance, it just makes me smile. I think that vetiver is just a beautiful note, and in here it's neroli, it's musk, it's vetiver, it's that beautiful bergamot. And this was also on my Quiet Luxury video. It just gives me a sense of freshness without feeling like soap. I did not think that it'd last long until I kept getting compliments way after the 8-hour mark, and so I thought that, you know, it was just poor performing fragrance. But now I realize that I've gotten anosmic to this fragrance maybe after, I would say, the 4 to 6 hour mark, but others can smell this on me, and I get so many compliments with this fragrance. This is my casual blue jean relaxing vibe fragrance, and that's Parade by Celine. This next fragrance is also a very relaxing and casual vibe for me. I love wearing this around the house. It's a blue jean and t-shirt day, and this fragrance here is Musk Therapy by Initio Parfums. This is a clean and fresh scent. It's not complex, the notes are simple, but it's very addicting and it's a crowd pleaser. I get about 5 hours with Musk Therapy, but many of my fragrances, like Musk Therapy, is for me. I know that some of these on this list are skin scents, but Musk Therapy is just for me. It calms me, it relaxes me. I can come home from a long day at work and take a shower and put on Musk Therapy, and it just instantly makes me just chill. Again, that's Musk Therapy by Initio Parfums. This next line is pretty much everybody's favorite, you know, the love of the Delina sisters. I love the original Delina and I love the Delina exclusive, but I have to be in the mood for those two fragrances. And when this fragrance came out, it's just my new go-to fruity floral. That is Delina La Rosée by Parfums de Marly. I love a wet, dewy rose, and this gives me that. The softness mixed with the aquaticness. It has a dominant peony note with that rose. If you want to feel light and airy, you cannot go wrong with this fragrance. And it's just so feminine. It just reminds me of how the bottle looks. You see how it's so transparent and light pink. It's girly, it's feminine, and it's just gorgeous. Again, that is Delina La Rosée by Parfums de Marly. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I love Narciso Rodriguez. That musk DNA is perfect. I love his musk. But this particular fragrance, it just became a hit. And first I had the Musk Noir, and it was nice. I loved it. But when this one came with the rose, oh my gosh. Musk Noir Rose for Her by Narciso Rodriguez. And this is my favorite Narciso Rodriguez. It was created by Sonia Constant, who is also the nose and the creator of LK fragrances. But I believe that I love this fragrance so much because of that plum note in here. It also has pink pepper, bergamot, musk, rose, and a light vanilla. It's not too sweet. This is the most smooth feminine musk that I fell in love with. This can be for any occasion. You can be casual with this. You can be dressed up. I get so many compliments when I'm wearing this. But for me, the magic is in the dry down when that plum note just comes up and shines. This is gorgeous. Musk Noir Rose for Her by Narciso Rodriguez. This next fragrance made me fall in love with oud. I thought that I was one of those people that would never be able to enjoy oud. And when this came, it made me a believer. Scherzo by Miller Harris. And for some reason, I think over time, my juice has just gotten darker. I don't remember it being this color when I first got it. But this was a game changer about how I felt about oud. It's stunning, it's captivating, it's woody, it's rosy. To me, this is so complex. I get a beautiful journey with this fragrance. It has this sensual balance of sweet and spice. It's a great performer with mild projection. It just gives me that confidence, that boss babe fragrance without being so obnoxious. And it's just real quiet but confident. Scherzo by Miller Harris. This next fragrance is also from a house that I went down a rabbit hole. I believe this was my second fragrance from this house. The very first fragrance was Mayrit. And I love Mayrit, but for some reason the performance is lacking and I want more from it. And maybe it just needs to sit for a little longer, but when I got this fragrance, I fell in love. Tertulia in la Plaza Mayor by Loewe. And it has my favorite note of orange blossom. It has orange blossom, honey, sandalwood, black pepper, and rose water. This is very long lasting and I get at least about 9 to 10 hours with this fragrance. I think you must enjoy orange blossom to really enjoy this fragrance. It's beautiful, it's warm, it can be worn any time of the season. It's gorgeous. And I actually have the older bottles. If you haven't had a chance, check out my video that I did on all of my fragrances from the house of Loewe. But This here is one of my favorites, and that is Tertulia in La Plaza Mayor by Loewe. Only 2 left, and this one was very hard. I love Ex Nihilo, and one of my favorites from that house is Fleur Narcitique. But that fragrance can be a little sharp for me, and when this fragrance came on the scene, I got my nose on it, and it just instantly reminded me of Fleur Narcitique without that sharpness, and I love this fragrance. And that is Levant by Ormonde. And the fragrance just smells just like this bottle, and how it just starts from dark to light. This is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So I'm a sucker for orange blossom, anything with peony in it. And this fragrance has tangelo, mandarin orange, bergamot, orange blossom, peony, rose, jasmine, and lily of the valley. And it's grounded with this gorgeous musk and light cedar in the background. It's floral without being overpowering, and it's just so feminine and pretty. Can be worn any time of the day. This is beautiful. Get your nose on this if you haven't already. Levant by Ormonde. This last and final fragrance on my top 10 for life was a love at first sniff. It's very controversial. Some people love it, some people hate it, but it was an instant love for me. And this is from a house that I've had some challenges with. I try not to blind buy fragrances from this house because I have been disappointed so many times. But when I heard so many people describing this fragrance, it was worth taking the chance and blind buying it. And that is Guidance by Amouage. This fragrance is just a beautiful fruity floral. It's my all-time favorite release. It is my #1 fragrance, and no matter when and what time of the day that I wear this, it makes me smile. I get so many compliments when I'm wearing this. I remember I was walking down the sidewalk and this lady was on the phone, and she literally just stopped in mid-sentence while she was on the phone, and she was like, "Hold on, Miss, you smell so good." I just thought that was really funny. It's very long lasting, and it is so unique to me. I don't have anything in my collection like this, but for me, it's that pear, that olibanum, and that hazelnut note. This scent is so extraordinary for me, and I know that some people don't like it, and I can understand. It can be one of those fragrances that is not your cup of tea. I know that some people think that this fragrance is loud. I don't spray as much, and I get a little softness from this. It's just an ethereal love, but it's soft in my opinion. But the way that I wear Guidance is soft in my opinion, and it's because I don't overspray it. You don't need very much from Guidance to be noticed by yourself as well as by others. And I do have the Guidance 46. I don't think that you need both, but I'm one of those people that's just extra. I had to have both. I like it, but the original is my favorite. I get different experiences when I wear these. For some reason, when I'm feeling casual and just laid back, I think 46 cuts the bill for me. But when I'm feeling very feminine and dressed up and elegant, I think that the original is the key for me when I'm feeling in that mood. That's Guidance by Amouage. Alright guys, I had so much fun doing this. Let me know in the comments, what are your 10 for life? I don't want to wish anything bad on my collection, but if something happened and I could only grab 10, this is what I would be grabbing. If I had to start over with my collection, these would be the first ones that I would repurchase. This was hard. I'm gonna admit it was a challenge. Maybe I hadn't done this video topic until someone suggested it, because it challenged me and it made me really, really think about all of my loves in my collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video as much as I did. And don't forget to comment and let me know, what are your 10 for life? And maybe, can you pick top 5? I know I can't. I'm not even gonna try. Sorry, guys. All right. And for those of you who are wondering, where is Crystal Noir? I'm not even going to have her compete with any of these fragrances, because she will always, always be number one. And it is just so nostalgic for me. And I did not want her to compete with any of these fragrances. So Crystal Noir is going to be in a different spot in my heart. Thank you guys for joining. Bye-bye.